BBC Radio Norfolk.
Make a difference.
Now, could you spare a couple of quids to buy someone a coffee? Well, that's exactly what a local performer and director is asking us to do. But it's not the caffeine that he needs. Instead, he'd like to put the funds raised towards the creation of a film exploring the lives of people with learning disabilities. Paul Goldsmith joins us now on the programme. Morning, Paul.
Hiya, Kirsten. How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, great. Nice to be back talking to you about something creative rather than the unwelcome visitor. So that's great.
Yeah, absolutely. It really feels good to be able to talk about creative ideas that we're going to make happen. Now, there's a particular reason why this is a topic that means so much to you, isn't there?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, back in 2009, I was a support worker alongside being an actor, working with adults with learning disabilities, physical disabilities, complex needs, PMLD, to the point where I actually opened my own day service in Norfolk as well, which was still open to this day, thankfully. But I found while I was working in the industry, and to no one's fault, just how little freedoms and choice adults with learning disabilities and vulnerable needs actually have. I think what happens, we get caught on paperwork and administration, and that sort of leads us to presumptions, and we perceive that these people can only do certain things or they can only interact in certain ways. And I just found that so hard to take, and it didn't matter how many times the care teams that I worked for tried to break the mould. They'd often meet resistance, and I'm kind of looking at certain stories that I saw back in the day and want to put them in film just to highlight just how much these guys have every right, the same as you and I, to live a life of choice and freedom. And I'm talking about the simplest things of staying up past 10 o'clock at night. I mean, can you imagine being told to go to bed on a Saturday at 10 o'clock? Crazy, right?
Well, I'm usually so tired I'm tucked up by 8, but
you get up early on a Saturday. Okay, Monday.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you're absolutely right. So tell us about the film itself then. What's the plot?
Yeah, so the plot focuses on two men with learning disabilities who are in a day service, and they've fallen in love, so they want to have a relationship together, as you and I would do in the outside world. They live in two different supported living places. A support worker in one of the homes realises this, and he decides to fight for their right so that they can have a fully formed relationship, eventually leading to them moving in together. However, he's just thwarted at every single turn that he takes. The home management don't want it to happen, and so on and so forth. And it becomes this battle against red tape about these two guys doing the most simplest of things, of meeting up as two guys in a park holding hands. We put on our perceptions of the normal society life of a relationship on these two guys, and actually all they want to do is be together. Yeah. It's not about anything more than that. It's they benefit each other's lives by being there for each other. It's what is true love is the main question here. What is a loving relationship? You know, we overdo that in the media. We all think of one thing straight away, and it doesn't have to be that at all. But when we put that in our minds, when we're having people who are under care and under supervision, suddenly it becomes a very scary topic to talk about. And it's not scary at all. You know, these guys have the right to choice and freedom.
And you've called it Saga City. Where did that title come from?
Well, it's actually Sagacity.
Sagacity, right,
City.
Sorry,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I wanted that actually because that's part of it. It's the word sagacity is about perceptions and
Got you, okay.
Key things. There is a drama series, I believe, called Saga City.
Right.
So if it gives it that punch and people perceive it like that, and then it's something else.
Yeah.
It kind of tells its own tale.
Yeah, it does. It's very clever. Yeah,
I know.
I
Crazy,
see what
right?
you've done there. Right. So that's where the title came from. Now, as someone who works in the performing arts industry, the last year has been difficult. We've spoken to you about that in the past. How much of a challenge is it currently at this moment in time to get a film like this financed and made?
Yeah, really, really, really hard. I've been building this project for 7 years now, writing it, building it, planning it, and so on. And I was at the stage where last year, financially, because of projects I'd worked on, was looking pretty good. And of course, the unwelcome visitor came and it wiped everything I had out savings-wise. And of course, what's happening now is we are slowly reopening. Things are happening again in theatre. Well, hey, exciting, so great. And the same with film. But it's a very, very slow process. And people don't have the cash. People haven't got big amounts to invest in film. I'm getting myself back up and running, and every penny that I earn is obviously going to replace what I've lost. So we're fighting hard, but creativity will always find a way. And, you know, I'm sort of hoping that people out there have got pots of cash here and there that they can go, you know what, that's a really great cause, a really great idea. Let's get behind it.
And all you're asking is for people to think about donating what would essentially be the cost of a cup of coffee. So, you know, you might treat a friend to a cup of coffee without thinking about it. You're asking people to do the same. Just a couple of pounds here and there.
It's exactly what I'm asking. You know, there's a lovely website that does it, but the idea came to me when lots of people were texting me during lockdown saying, hey, let's have a Zoom coffee, let's have a virtual coffee, let's do this, because I love going out for coffee with you. And it's that thing of, I can't possibly go and have as many coffees as I'm asking for. So if you can buy me one virtually, which goes into the pot to make this film, 12,500 people in Norfolk want to buy me a coffee. First of all, I'll be awake for the rest of the year and can get the film fully made. But with that would actually enable us to get this film to the place it needs to be first and made.
It sounds absolutely wonderful. Where can we go to find out more and help out, Paul?
So on your socials, it's at Sagacity Film or Saga City, SAGACITYFILM. That's Facebook and Twitter. To donate straight away and get more info on the ins and outs of the film, it's Ko-fi.com/Paul Andrew Goldsmith. Ko-fi is spelled KO/FI.com. Have a look on any of the socials, then it'll take you straight through to those links. If you want to buy someone a coffee today, buy me a coffee. We have actually also, anyone who donates to the film gets their names in the credits at the end. And alongside that, we're doing a draw, and that draw enables people's names to become characters in the film.
Oh, wonderful.
So your £2 or more, we'd love lots more coffees from each individual, but £2 is the start. You get the chance to have your name as a character in the film.
Immortalised on film.
Kirsty, if I've got time, I'm going to quickly do the draw right now. Is that okay?
Yeah, it'll have to be quick because we need to go to the sports news, but go on.
No worries. I'll quickly press the button.
Go ahead.
Scroll through. It's scrolling. It's stopped on somebody called Dominic Ryan.
Dominic?
So Dominic Ryan is the first name of a character in our film.
Brilliant. Fantastic. Immortalised in film forever. Paul, thank you so much for joining us and best of luck with everything. As Paul Goldsmith, a local performer and director, asking people to buy him a coffee to